roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. We're living in a blinded town, am I running out of time? Feel the control when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do, let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat, I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. 'Cause it's way too soon to be calling, baby. But it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving head first, don't save me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? Make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can do to show my love for you?
What's going on, YouTube? I'll be right back. Give me just 1 second. Listen, fellas, you want to get your face wash, your skincare routine intact? I use Tiege Henley. It's a daily face wash with an AM, PM moisturizers with instructions in the box that's very clear on how to get it together. I know this is not something common that us men do, but it's very important that we take care of our skin. On top of that, the ladies love it. Get yourself a box of Tiege Henley. It comes in the mail, ships within a week. If you click the link in my description, you would get 40% off your first order and 20% off a lifetime. On top of that, sign up to the app and you'll get even more deals. Me, I got a special. I got the grooming kit. I was able to get my nail clippers and everything that I needed to get myself together to go outside. Tiege Henley is the way when I tell you the perfect men's skincare routine. Get your... What is going on, you? Don't Kenny, get off the bed, man. Get off your bed. What is good? What is good? We are in the building, getting active. I am excited about today's show. So, first of all, I'd like to start by giving everyone on the panel a round of applause. That's what I'm talking about. That's what. Why am I playing it twice? I am tripping. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ashley, we got two new panelists on the panel today. We got Ashley and we have Scorpio LP in the building. What is good? I love to for the new panelists to introduce yourselves. Let us know what you got going on, what future endeavors you have going on. Let's start with you, Scorpio, since you're at the top.
Hello, everybody. Scorpio is my streaming name. I am a streamer, but mainly I do this is I own a small trucking company. So that's pretty much what I have going on. I do OTR trucking. I own several semi trucks, and probably for my future endeavors, it will just be adding to my fleet.
That's what's up. So the interest is to get into YouTube as well, right? This is going to be one of the platforms that you're going to stream on as well.
Sure, yes. That's something that I'm venturing out into. This will be my first podcast, the first time I'm trying out the platform. So I'm looking forward to learning about it.
So we're going to get her amped up, and we're going to get her coming back over and over and over again, because we're going to blow her channel up as well.
Yes.
Ash, what is good? What you got going on?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. Everything. I'm in the military by day. I have all my own cleaning business. I dabble in real estate. I got a few properties in North Carolina and Virginia. Currently, I'm kind of focused on like my military career and growing my cleaning business. I'm like one year in the business game. It's going good. I kind of set up in 757 and it's been dope. So future, just focus on my career and then grow my business for sure.
I love to hear it. You gonna be on YouTube as well, this is your first time?
First time in many years.
Many years. So we're gonna get you going as well.
Yes.
MRT, what up? I know you
What's
got some
good?
things going on. Talk to us.
Yes, guys, I'm MRT, more real talk. I am one of the co-hosts here with Grown Men Talking. I do have a few things in the work I still don't want to say too much about. But it's nice to hear Ashley speaking about real estate, because that's kind of like the route I'm taking in a sense. So I just have some things going on with that. I had a really big show recently with Media Man. It's on my channel, so you definitely can go and visit that. We talked about fitness and nutrition and wellness. Got a little bit into my dating life for anyone that wants to be nosy. But yeah, I have some good things coming in the work that you'll see soon. So yeah.
All right. I love it. I love to hear it.
Thank you.
And my man Matt said, what's good, Toxic? Before we move on, we got a super sticker. My man just dropped $1.99 just to show love to the show. Josh Allen, what up, my guy? Blessings.
What's the sticker? Is it going to show you the sticker?
It looks
or
like
the figure. Like
so. What I see is it's an actual, like, it looks like a little fox saying "What's up?"
Oh,
but so that's what's up. I appreciate you, much appreciated. Also, we got Wall Street back in the building. What up, Wall Street?
Wall Street.
What's going on, family? Always good to be back in the building. And I do want to shout out my bro, Profess. I've been checking out your channel. You got good stuff over there. So in the energy of Professor, we're going to say business over booty, consciousness over the cooch. And I'm going to leave it there.
Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
y'all hilarious.
We got, before we move on, we got another $20 super chat. My guy Leon B1 is in the building. And he says, Kenny, get your butt up, man. Be professional. Do I need to send a tripod for your phone? Get up, Kenny.
I'd actually appreciate that. But as I always tell you, chill. Let us do it. Salute to
chill. That's what's up, yo. That is what's up. So we also got Professor. Professor, I know you got some things cooking down there. You want to tell us what you got going on your channel?
First of all, I'd like to start off with peace and pan fried chicken to all my brothers and sisters. If you know Dr. Umar. But yeah, I got some things cooking up. Just some more reaction videos. I got some more content to the Kamala Harris, as well as I'm working on a historical thing called Echoes of Excellence that's coming out soon. So look out for that. It's probably a Thursday drop. But yeah, man, I was trying to stay busy over here, trying to keep dropping content. So I appreciate Wall Street for checking it out, and everybody else is checking it out.
I love it, Tim, bro.
Yeah,
good stuff.
And like I said, I'm always facts over feelings.
Facts over feelings. That's why I'm loving it. So, all right, we got Just Justified. Talk to us, Just. What you got cooking? Mind your
I
mind with
just
Just
dropped something
Justified.
about child AB. Just putting out some child AB awareness on my channel. And some other things in the works in the background.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Please do me a favor and go subscribe to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. And we got the beautiful Kit in the building with the makeup on this week. This Sundays you've been coming through. What up, Kit? With the edibles incredible.
God dang.
No makeup on, but definitely.
I'm loving the black hair. I am loving it.
Oh, I knew something was different. Something was different.
I say this Kit.
I can't have Jess with all the, change just by herself. That's just not fair. I'm out here living this Barbie life. I have to represent. But always a good feeling to be back on this great Sunday. Good to see all the new faces. Good to see some of the old faces. It's always going to be a good time as usual. And I am what?
Yeah, she is Darcy. She's Team Darcy. She's deep. She's Team Darcy.
Well, that's my man, Matt. You know how he is. He wants you. And by the way, Matt, I did read that comment for the super chat that you sent on Tuesday. Kid did get a chance to see it. Just an FYI. I'm sorry, but the show was a little intense, but I made sure I took care of you, man. Before we move on, I don't know who I didn't get, but I do want to thank you, everyone in the chat so far. The mods, if you have that wrench next to your name, do me a favor, keep the comment section respectful. Make sure everyone is decent in it, because I do not want to get demonetized. I want to keep this channel going. We got to keep this train flowing. So make sure the chat is respectful. Hold it down. I want to thank you for all the mods that's currently in the chat, which is Matt, Skinny Boy, in the chat right now, holding it down early. I greatly appreciate y'all. So let's get started with the show. I got a great topic for y'all: pass me's versus pick me's. Everybody knows what a pick me is, right? Those pick niches that these women keep talking about. Ones that agree with the men to a degree. But, we got another $20 super chat. Hold on 1 second. I got to read this. My man B1 in the building with another $20 super chat.
Yay.
Leon says, shout out to GMT and fam. Scorpio girl, I'm so glad to see you here. My brother Quint in the building. That is what's up. That is what's up. Thank you so much for always supporting the show. You are officially the official channel sponsor. Period. Always. Every day. Every time I'm on air. But that's what's up. So back to the topic. So I'm going to play a quick video and then we're going to get into it, y'all.
Women be like, you're a pick me. You're giving pick me vibes. Y'all forget that men have options too. I mean, there are less of them and more of us. And being called a pick me isn't an insult, because at the end of the day, they do have the option to choose who they want as a partner. I can guarantee you he's not going to choose a toxic woman, someone who is confrontational, she nags, she's not nurturing, she's not feminine. He is going to pick someone else. So why is being picked by a man so bad? I mean, you get picked by your boss. You get picked when you go fill out an application. You get picked when you go apply for a loan. You get picked when you go to college. So at the end of the day, if you are a toxic woman, no man who is in his right state of mind will even consider picking you in the first place.
All right. Let's get into it. How do y'all feel about what she just said? I would like to start with the new panelist, if that's okay. Scorpio, the spotlight is on you.
What do I feel about the whole pick me thing? Well, I do feel like that the breakdown of the family unit has caused this divide between men and women in general. And so every time relationships seem to be spoken about, it seems to be an opposing side. So whose side are you on? Or even between the women now, it's broken off into this side because I think that's what it is. It's pick-me's against passive. But for me, I feel like I don't fall under either category. I feel like if I'm for someone, if I want someone's attention, then I don't have a problem letting him know that. And the same way is if I'm not interested in somebody, then yeah, definitely feel free to pass me. He's probably going to get past me energy because I'm not interested in him in the first place. But me personally, I rarely find myself judging what anybody else is doing. So I wouldn't look at Jess or MRT and say, you know what, I really don't like how they're approaching their dating lives. It's their lives. So I just don't spend too much time judging. I really spend more time being self-reflective and figuring out what am I doing to prevent myself from being picked by or choosing the right man myself. So that's kind of how I approach it.
I love that. I love that. I love that approach. You do some introspective, like the man that you want, what are you doing to get picked by him, period, right? And that's what's more important than trying to almost judge everyone else's character and what they're doing. We have a $2 super chat. My man Matt says, hold up, I got to give you the clap, my guy. He says, brothers, don't let me down, and we will not let you down. Not on this episode, my God, not at all. So, Ash, what's good? What's your thoughts on this topic?
My thoughts are like super complex. I think there's so many levels to like the pick me stigma. Usually it's when people go against the grain and people are like, oh, you're being a pick me because you're green or selling for something that the average person went in. And then like it comes back to, I think the video said the males have options. So same as females, if females are pick me, that's her choice at the end of the day. And people fail to realize that people have different experiences in life. So what might be settling for one person or considered pick me for one person, if they didn't have the same life experiences as you, they're not really a pick me. Their path is just different, you know what I'm saying? Like some women want a certain standard of things because of their life experience, and some women haven't had those experiences, so they may be settling for less as that person calling them a pick me may view them, but it don't really make them a pick me. You know what I mean? And I love what the first female, I'm sorry, I didn't remember her name with the red top.
Oh, MRT.
I'm trying to align for the person that I want to pick me.
Yeah.
I don't care what everybody else has going on. As long as the person that I want is choosing me, I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's really my thought process on the whole topic.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. And now that we mentioned MRT, what's your thoughts on the topic?
I think the phrase "pick me" has people gave it a negative connotation. So when people say "pick me," it's kind of like saying like you're doing things intentionally to get the guy that you want to like you or to pick you back. And I don't see how that's an issue when if you want something, you're going to intentionally make moves to get it. So I think people are trying to just put a negative connotation on something that's normal, which I honestly don't even know where it came from. But I think they're just putting it, I think they're just giving it a negative connotation with this culture we live in.
Right. Want to agree with that. Just Justify. What's your thoughts? Sorry, yeah, fellas, I'm waiting. Y'all got to wait. Just Justify. What's your thoughts on the topic?
The ladies first.
Yeah. So honestly, I just think I'm not really big on labels. That's just one thing for me. But that's a personal preference for me. But I do not take away that why people use labels, because there are certain things that's probably connected with it, why people use the labels. So when it comes to pick-me's, as MRT said, it has gotten like a whole negative connotation deriving from it in the media, but then I feel like we're not accountable enough to know what exactly. So sometimes we're just like straight, even if it's someone that agrees with the productivity of men, then they want to straight call you a pick-me, when in all actuality you can be balanced with how you think and just promoting your men, promoting women, and moving forward like that. But some people, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's what's up. We talking about Justice Internet again. He says, Dan, can we not start a GoFundMe for Justice? Because it's much better, Jess. It's much better. The internet is internet in today. So, Kit, what's your thoughts on this topic about pick-me's versus ask-me's? Oh, her internet is not interneted today. What up, Jeff? What up, Kit?
No, my internet is she's doing all, she's clicking on all cylinders. It's me that's slow to answer.
You.
It's me. I personally feel like anytime you go against what the masses feel like you should agree with, all of a sudden you're something that you may not even, subscribe to, and that's the false part in the narrative, right? You can agree with something, but not necessarily be a pick me as well. You just might have a difference of opinion for that particular thing. But when you don't do the whole, like, remember we were talking maybe before about like groupthink, about how all of a sudden it's like one person has that idea, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, you didn't have the same idea as us, and you're over here on this side of it. I just think that if people focus more on their own personal relationships versus what sounds and looks like to somebody else, they'd be a lot happier. They're too busy trying to match where they don't necessarily fit into. So I don't necessarily pick these. Now there have been situations where some chick will literally say something that has either nothing to do with the conversation.
Kit, is that your audio?
What's wrong with my audio? What do you hear?
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I think that's your audio. That. Oh, hold on. No, she's muted, and I did hear it. Somebody playing YouTube in the background. If you don't mind turning it off. But sorry about that, kid.
See,
my bad, kid. My bad.
Our Sunday. But no, that's what I really believe. I really feel like if you hold on 1 second.
Yeah, somebody got it playing in the background. It's coming across as bad audio.
If you feel like, you have to feel how you feel about whatever relationship. And a lot of the times, again, if people don't agree with, everyone that's saying whatever the thing is, oh, these are bad men. And then all of a sudden you have, like, that's like MRT saying, oh, well, I don't agree with that. I believe that what they're saying is valid. All of a sudden she's a pick-me just because she had that difference of opinion. That may not necessarily even be who she is or what she subscribes to. So I think if people were more personal about their relationships, or even, being able to stand on whatever their opinion is. If you don't agree, that's fine. But, the whole pick me thing is still a bit like, okay, we gotta recognize what's a pick me versus what is actual fact. Like, is it they're really just trying to grab for the attention of men that will probably never even want them in the first place, and vice versa? Or is it that, people are upset and they're not thinking about it logically, they're thinking about it emotionally, which is why they start banding together, because they've been through different situations that allow them to feel in that way. So.
Right. I think it's your audio, Kit. I'm not sure. I did mute everyone. Do me a favor. I'm gonna hit mute on everyone real quick. And I am hearing that audio. It is coming across as bad. I think I sound clear now. I'm gonna mute everybody one by one, starting with you, MRT, just to make sure it's not backfeeding from you.
Hi.
Nah, that's not you. Quint, do me a solid. Say what up, what up, what up.
What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, everybody? Scorpio, I just unmuted you. Yeah. It's coming from you. I heard it. It's coming. It's like a backfeed almost. You don't happen to have YouTube playing in your background?
No.
Okay. I don't know where it's coming from.
Clear,
it's crazy. I don't know, but we will go on with the show. Fellas, do me a favor. Let's talk about this. I'm going to start with you on this one, Wall Street, since you haven't been on the show in a few weeks.
Wall Street.
This the one you're going to set me up for?
Yeah. What I'm going to set you up for?
So, to me, this whole pick me term, it definitely comes from and I'm skating on thin ice, so I'm gonna be real easy here. A very specific group. So like I say with anything, when you get certain information, you have to discern where it's coming from.
Mhm.
And I would say this term is thrown around by a group that I wouldn't necessarily say is happy. So I would tell women, you might not want to get caught up in that, because specifically we're talking about Black women. I watch Black women be amazing. Y'all have gotten the degrees you want, the jobs you want. One of the points she made was, if you put the effort into getting the man you want, you'd probably be just as successful at your degree as you were with your degree, as you were with your career. If you put that energy into getting your man as well, you'd probably be more successful. But she said that, not me. So I'm gonna land my plane there before I get in trouble.
You can get in trouble today. It's all right, Kenny. Quint, what's your thoughts on the topic?
Can you come back to me?
I'll come back to you.
All
Professor,
right.
talk to us. It's good.
You're on mute.
We cannot hear you, my brother. You probably just was dropping knowledge.
What that fried chicken at, man?
And fried chicken.
It's being pan fried. I've got to take myself off, man. I apologize. But no, Quint in the closet. Thank you. No, man, what are we really talking about here? I really applaud like pick me women. You know why? Because they out there hustling. They're sitting in classes to learn about men. They're putting in the work to get their desired results. Meanwhile, a lot of women they just want to sit back, be pedestalized, call themselves a table, want a man to get on their page, and they wonder why they can only deal with a man. That's the issue I have there. But when it comes to marriage, they consistently being passed over. There's a reason for that. How is I always ask the question, how's that I'm strong and I'm independent thing working out for you? It ain't working out too well. And I've consistently said on multiple panels, don't be upset with the results you don't get from the work you did not do. And contrary to popular belief, men do have standards, men do have choices. And if you don't meet them, you're gonna get passed by. So that is what it is, man. So that's how I feel about it. I think this topic it's not about just getting a man. It's about improving yourself. It's becoming the best version of you. So stop the excuses, get out there and start making the moves to get a man.
Right.
Get yourself picked.
That was
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you with that. Quint, what's your thoughts on this topic?
From the get-go, panel, I do apologize. I'm for dropping off from time to time. I'm doing a little work, but I'm in agreement with the people that say, mind your own business, not worrying about anyone else, and be in pursuit of your happiness, because only you know what makes you happy. And what you want to deal with and the type of person that you want to pursue. So when you let someone else affect how you think or how you choose people, you're always going to be chasing your tail. But when you worry about what's going on in your life and worry about what's successful to you and what's a good relationship to you, that's all you need to worry about.
I'm in agreement with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with being picked. I feel like the goal in life, if you desire to be a wife, eventually somebody got to pick you. Just like the same. If you desire to be a husband, there has to be a woman that has to say yes to you. So in return, we got to do what the other person desires. So what's wrong when a woman says, you know what, let me turn myself into a wife? I see what men are saying. Now, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, right? I could be missing something with this on why women are upset at other women for being, quote unquote, pick me. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. But is it because they feel as if they don't want to do the work that other women are choosing to do? Yes, MRT.
I was gonna say, I think it's coming from like a lot of hurt and pain, because naturally, if you shoot for something, right, and you're giving it your all, and let's say like you get rejected, you can have some type of apprehension about doing it the next time. Yeah. It can kind of deter you a little bit. And when you look at other women that may be persevering through that and they're having better results, or they're just not giving up, sometimes other women get salty at what they can't do anymore. So I think it comes from jealousy of somebody that didn't want them a long time ago. And now you see this other woman that's going hard for it, and she's mad that she don't have that same type of drive. And she's mad at the results as well. which I think can kind of be valid sometimes because you know you get turned down enough, your mindset might begin to change at some point.
I agree. I agree with you on that. I think that's probably what it usually is. But you know, sometimes people are just not going to play the game you want them to play. You know.
Yeah. You
know, it just you're not going to meet that person that want a good woman or a good man. You know.
You just got to take them L's. I mean, it hurts, but like I live by this, man. You can't make nobody do nothing. You can't make nobody do nothing, man.
Nope.
You got a point.
I want to ask a question. So, pass me is a new term for me. That's
What's
not
this pass me?
Oh, I made that up. Those are the girls that.
This is the origin.
Now I see why. Okay.
It's the girls. It's the girls who shame other women for wanting to be selected by men. So obviously you're mad because you're being passed over.
Typically.
Can I throw something out there for a little bit though?
Yeah.
So when we talk about pick me, right? Pick me's and stuff like that. Honestly, whenever I feel like a title is made, it kind of is made to kind of ridicule people or you know, trying to like, you know, throw jabs at or whatever the situation is. But one thing I do say sometimes though, when there are titles established, sometimes I just want to ask a question, throwing it out there. Do you think that sometimes there are times when it can be too far left or too far right, when it comes to certain topics?
I agree. Me personally, you know, this is where the term simps came from men, right?
Oh yeah.
But you know, I totally agree that there's simps out there as well. But here's the thing. I think when you overextend yourself, like when you know when the other person is dead doing something wrong, and you're like, I'm just gonna agree with it because you're the opposite sex. So it's almost like you would know that a woman is
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Whatever you like. So whenever you are the type to overextend yourself, even though you know what the person is saying is wrong, yeah, that's when you cross those lines. I watch a lot of men all the time where they know half of the stuff that these women are doing are wrong, but they're like, you can't speak on women. Women are queens. Women are this. No. She's wrong, and we're gonna call her out on it. Just like if the brother is wrong, you gotta check that sister. Nah, sister, you tripping. He dead wrong, and you gotta call a spade a spade. We got Mona D in the building.
Mona D in the house.
You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor, everyone, with that wrench. Make sure the chat stays clean today. Stay active in the chat. Everyone that is currently watching, stay active in the chat. And do me a favor and hit that super chat. If you want your comments to be read today, super chat. Hit us with a super chat and I will read it. All right. Kit, you look like you got a lot on your mind.
Yeah, it's cooking.
What is going on now?
What?
There we go.
I was literally listening to. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, my friend was talking in the background. Honestly, I just kind of listening to what everybody had to say. I don't necessarily believe in past me's because just because you have a difference in opinion doesn't mean that you don't necessarily want to be chosen by a man in a relationship, or a woman in a relationship. That just means in that particular thing that you just don't agree. So I wouldn't call them past me's. I think that that's just very like, that's very passive aggressive. Oh, well, if there's pick me's, then there's got to be the past me's. Like
it's a microaggression.
Right. It's very like micro nips and snips, and I'm not here for
Scorpio, back me on this one. Back me up on this one.
Look, you already
Scorpio,
know
you know where I'm coming
on
from.
it. Like, so we're not gonna do that whole, well, you know, those ones that didn't agree with all the wonderful wisdom of men, they clearly don't want us. You know, no, we're not doing that. Okay, we're just
Y'all don't be. let me not say y'all because that's adding you in that group, but those women don't want us. LP, what do you think about what Kit is saying? You can, LP, you there? You can hear us?
I think it froze.
My bro, freeze. Yeah.
Oh, mouth
Let
moving.
me check.
Well, there she go.
There she go. There she go. So, what do you think about what Kit just said?
I definitely agree with her. I was more focused still on what Professor said earlier. Because for me, I think what I find being a woman that has comfortably entered into her 40s, I find that it's always amazing to me when we talk about relationships and women being single, that it's always this negative connotation around a woman, especially reaching a certain age and still being single, or a woman not having a man or not being married. And that's always just a little weird to me, how there's this negative connotation around it for the woman. If you find a man who's in his 40s or 50s or 30s and he's single, everybody looks at it as if it's his choice. But if you find a woman that's in her 40s or 50s or back in her 30s and she's single, then the conversation shifts and it becomes, what did you do to make it where no man chose you? Why are you single? As if, so I know Chill is in your chat, and Chill is
He's
back.
There he goes right there. I'm listening.
I've told Chill this a couple of times. Like, I don't have a problem meeting men or getting in a relationship whenever I want. I've been proposed to 3 times, but I didn't feel like either of those 3 men were my husband. And if I do it, I plan on doing it one time. So I'm gonna do it for the right reasons with the right person. So it's not just that if you find a woman who hasn't found the right man, she hasn't put in the work, or she's not interested, or she's not the wife type. Maybe she just hasn't found her person. Maybe she just chose to be more focused on her career first. Maybe she just chose to wait for the right man in the right circumstance. It's not always this negative connotation, men against women. What have you not done to make it where you're not somebody's wife? That's all. That's the main thing.
I 100% love all of that. If I could get a plaque and put every single word in it, I would. Signed by LP, Miss Scorpio. But okay.
One second. Let me read this super chat by dude Leon B1. Look at $10 super chat. Leon says, past me's exist. They are simply the woman no man with status or resources wants to select. Now a Dusty wouldn't mind because they can't elevate your life in any way, shape, or form. So I know everybody looking. I can tell everybody disagrees with that one. But go ahead, MRT.
I agree with you.
Professor, don't cross over into the dark.
Oh,
don't do it, Professor.
It's coming. Just when you're done, it's coming.
But I 100% agree with that, because just we put so many like restraints and titles and categories for women, especially like in the situation that she's talking about, being older and you're single. I don't understand that either. To me, I feel like it can be kind of like a power move. I feel like you want to elevate yourself above somebody to where you can tell exactly every reason for why they're single. You can read them, you understand what they've been through. And I feel like I feel like it's something that you want to just exert, you want to exalt yourself above somebody. That's personally how I see it, because you cannot just walk around and try to act like you know why people are in certain places in their life. Like she said, there's many factors to different things for various reasons. It has nothing to do with, well, why didn't you do this and that? Because like I said, you can't make nobody do nothing. You cannot make nobody do nothing. So you can dance around, like Bozo the Clown all you want. If he's not interested, you have to go where somebody is interested in you. Like, it doesn't have to be what she has or hasn't done. Oh, here go Matthew.
All right, we
Here go
got a
Matthew.
$5 super chat. My man Matthew in the building.
Matt, get out of here, Matt.
Matthew with the $5. He says, okay, it's 3 toxics up there. MRT, sorry, Kit and LP. He says the real light skin on the panel, not Kit.
Oh man, Matt.
Kit, you're not the real light skinned woman on the panel today, y'all. We got LP in the building. Yo, Kenny,
Coco is this
hold on. We gotta move. We gotta give the Wi-Fi, the horrible Wi-Fi of the day goes to Wall Street, because Wall Street Wi-Fi is so unstable.
Yeah.
He can't even stand up. It's crazy.
StreamYard, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's your internet.
All right, Professor. All right.
I still love you though, man. Remember that. But no, I mean, shout out to the forever engaged, forever fiancés. But the thing is, I've always prefaced things with saying, if your goal is not to be married and have kids, then do whatever you want. There's no problem. There's no issues there. If your goal is to be married and have a family, then something has to take a back seat. You can't serve 2 masters. So, Scorpio, I have no issues with you or no qualms with you. I mean, you started your own business. You focus on business. Nothing wrong with that. But when we start bringing kids in the situation, why it's maybe it's a little different, is because men are expected not to be mature and not to really get into family situations until they're later in age, as opposed to women. Is that fair? Maybe not. But so women, when they get to 35, 40 years old, they're like, okay, well, what happened to you? Why are you not married? What's this, that, and the other? So that's why maybe there's a double standard, because at the end of the day, like, men don't hit that financial stride to about 40, 45, when a lot of women I know hit that financial stride a lot earlier. So if your plan is to focus on business, get to the bag, run it up, and then find a person to do life with, that's fine. But if your goal is to be married and be able and have kids and have a legacy with your children, then that's a different situation. So I have no issue with people wanting to run the bag up and do their thing until they're 45, 50 years old.
Well, I wasn't specifically just referring to it from a financial aspect. I mean, if I would have been 25 and felt like the man that proposed to me at that time was my husband, then I would have been married at 25 and still ran the bag up. But what I'm saying is that there's this negative connotation surrounding it, seemingly, when we're talking about it from the aspect of looking at a woman being single and a man being single. And that's what I have the issue with. I was just kind of riding on the coattails of how you presented what you presented, because a lot of times not what you're saying, is the delivery. And the delivery, when speaking on a woman being single at a certain age and a man being single at a certain age, just usually changes.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm saying, it's also the same for dudes too. Like at 40 years old, if you're not married, they look at you like, "What's wrong with you?" So it's not that different than men. And I mean, if it's a negative connotation, I got nothing to do with that. That's not what I was saying. But at the end of the day, I can't control what society thinks. But if a woman and a man get 40 years old, there's negative connotations to both of them as far as people think, "What's wrong with you?" But when it comes to a man and wanting to have a family, it's a little different than it is for women. So that's where I am on that one.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead, Ash.
The same about the past me's, because she just said if I was 25 and I thought that man was my husband, I would have married him. So I don't think past me is technically a negative term, because there's so many guys. I'm like, please pass me. Nope. Like, pick by them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think it's like it's not always negative, but like she was saying, when it's coming from when it's from the perspective of a woman, it's like it's got to be negative, but it really don't. There's so many people that I'm like, please pass on me. Like I beg them, like. I just push them to the side, because to me, they're not worthy of being with me. And I try to settle. Yes, I'm going to be picked, but I got to be picked by the right person.
Yeah.
I think.
What you going to say, Quint?
It's a sad thing, but in the world we're in, if people consider you attractive or their view of your attractiveness or whether someone else would want you, you tend to catch hell if you're single at a later age, because a lot of women that's single, you know, men looking like shit. Yeah, I see what you say. But now in my people called me, said something's wrong with you. You know, I know something's wrong with you. You don't have anyone by now. You're not married by now. Yeah, they even said it. Are you gay? Because you don't have anyone. So men catch hell too. It's just whether or not people think you should be with someone or not by now.
Yeah.
Brother, Quint in the closet is not in the closet.
You outside. Let me find it.
Hold on. You went outside for better Wi-Fi service?
I mean,
That's
I went
terrible.
up to the second floor. I said, I'm going to try something here.
It's a beautiful day.
But and on top of that, you know, women, a lot of women pick men like they pick college degrees. And I'm gonna say it again: women pick men like they pick college degrees.
Explain that one, brother.
I am, because what happens is a lot of women, when they pick degrees, it mirrors their choices in men. Too many times our women are choosing men who don't match their effort and ambition. They pick the dudes with the 6-pack or the 6 series or 6 figures, whatever it may be. They choosing dudes based upon that, as opposed to choosing the dude that actually works out for them. And then when it doesn't work out, they're like, "All men are trash." They criticize dude, can't find man, can't keep a man, whatever it is. The fact of the matter is, you need to be strategic about your education, your career, and your relationships to avoid making no money, maxing out credit cards, and running up your relationship trauma debt. You pick any degree and expect a high salary a lot of times. So a lot of women, they say, we're the most educated. Perfect. Be the most educated, but you're taking jobs. I think New York Times did a story on it. You're taking jobs that don't pay the bills. So you're picking men like you're picking college degrees. You're picking dudes that don't have what your best interests at heart. You're picking the dudes that are not going to match that success that you're wanting to meet. So you can't pick a degree and a man and expect to have a successful partnership. So we gotta also start making better choices. That goes back to vetting the right man. So yes, you can be engaged or married to a guy that's wrong, but you're picking your man like you're picking your college degrees.
All right.
Just for a dude that a 3 6 don't make him a bad guy.
Let me read this.
Exactly.
Let me read this super chat, fellas. Let me read this super chat. My man Blockchain with the $5 super chat. My guy says, why do so many women count being proposed to as if it's an achievement? Then say, but they weren't good enough for me, as that makes them look good. That's a question for the ladies.
Does it not?
I'd like to respond just because I feel like I made the original statement. So for me, I brought up the times that I was proposed to because it was relevant to what I was speaking on, right? We're talking about pick me versus pass me. We're talking about someone being wife material and being married. So I specifically said that just because I'm not married doesn't mean I wasn't chosen. I just didn't reciprocate those feelings. So as far as it being an achievement, I don't know. It's an achievement just as much as being married in my eyes, because we're talking about a man feeling like I was wife material. Somebody felt that way. I just didn't feel like I found husband material. So I'm confused.
Yeah, because so why did you feel that person was not husband material without going too deep into that to the personal situation?
I'm a firm believer that you really see someone's character when you're going through hard times, whether it be financial, emotional, that's how I feel. So sometimes you may date somebody for a year or 2 years before you experience those hard times, whatever it may be. So for me, whatever I saw in how he handled hard times, I didn't feel like that was my husband. I am a firm believer in that submission will come for me naturally with the right man, and with submission, the man that I feel that my husband will also understand the responsibility. And so if I don't feel that, then I know I haven't met my husband.
Well, you washing dishes back there?
Man, I'm literally standing on top of the router now. Like,
what are you doing? Hey, show us real quick, Wall Street.
Huh?
Show us real quick.
What are you doing, bro?
What are you
I'm-
doing over there?
I'm
Turn the
trying to
camera.
get my servicing, right? But so with regard to the conversation, I wanted to ask a question.
You gotta get your rescue
That term
call.
pick me, right? Isn't this typically more or less used by women? I don't hear a lot of men using that term. And my
No.
question would be why? Because usually when the term pick me is brought up, it's brought up in a negative connotation, you know? So it more or less comes from women. And I was just curious from you guys, why are pick me's viewed as negative? And yeah.
We had kind of like went over that. You had dropped off. Well, at least
Yeah. Your service
We
is
were
bad.
going
We
upstairs, outside.
talked about that already.
my bad.
We talked about that. That was the main topic of the show. So quick, you was gonna ask a question, quick.
Look, no disrespect. I don't know what's LP or Scorpio or whatever. I'm sorry. No disrespect. But I know people. I know the part of people want to hear this. If this person wasn't husband material to you, why did you let him hang around long enough to propose to you?
Well, that's what I just said, was that you can date somebody for, a term, whatever, however long that may be. And that doesn't mean that you're seeing all parts of their character. So me, I've never been in a hurry to get married, because it's something that I believe that taking a vow before God, forget the paperwork that you sign. I believe going before God to take a vow is something that I take very serious. And I believe it's something that once I do it, I am with that person literally till death do us part. So that's something for me that I've taken serious. So it's not anything, the marriage was not something that I would say the wedding was not something that I was more concerned with than the marriage, right? So I can date somebody, I can feel like I love them, I can feel like they love me, and I'm totally mature enough to understand that still does not mean that we were meant to be in a marriage.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Look, I was 51 when I got married, so I understand.
You did. Quit. I thought you was in your 40s. Stop lying.
I did too.
No.
All right.
I got some,
So,
I got
hold
some
on for a
dust
minute.
up under me.
You got some dust up on you for real. All right, we got another $5 super chat.
But like,
Oh my God, blockchain.
but like, I
Blockchain
think
says,
my bad.
She already ready. She up loaded,
Yeah,
locked and
my
loaded.
bad. I'm already
Oh, yeah.
like,
You know what,
let her read it.
MRT, go ahead and read it. I got a headache right now, so you can go ahead and read it.
so blockchain says it points out that you weren't chosen by worthy men, and you had 3 of them. Who's the common denominator between choosing those 3 unworthy men? But like literally, he's proven the point of what we all just said, is that men try to like put it in your face that there's something wrong with you, and what, like, just all of this crap. We literally just went through this, and he is the manifestation of what we just talked about. So thank you, blockchain.
Well, I would say what would be the pedestal that we're going to judge them coming from? Since Block, you clearly must be putting yourself on a pedestal, because I'm sure you would tell everyone that you are a worthy man. But maybe if I met you, I still wouldn't feel like you were my husband. So does that then make you not worthy?
Yeah, it's really individual at the end of the day.
You know,
What she say?
I can't let y'all do blockchain.
I do understand where LP is coming from. I mean, to a degree, right? The only thing that I would say is for women coming up, to not don't get engaged until you went through the good, bad, and the ugly with a person. So, meaning that you know through the storm, this person is the fighter for you, right? Meaning that the man that will protect, provide. I always say, and I give Crimson Cure the credit when I say protect, provide, give you that provision, and also problem solve for you. When you know you have all of those specific things from a man, that's the man that you should get engaged to. I feel like there's a lot of women get engaged just because the man asked and I'm not saying that this is your situation, LP. What I'm just talking is in general, and which is why I feel like a lot of engagements don't work, is because no one is really trying to do the actual, who is this person? I don't just like this person's body. I don't just like this person's whatever it is. This person's sex game is good, so I'm gonna try to spend the rest of my life with him. That's literally trying to fit a square into a hole. Like, it's not gonna work, right?
But
You gotta think much
Yeah, that's
bigger
square.
than that. Get opposed to.
Square.
but GMT,
Sometimes
let me
that's
ask you
square
this.
fit.
Let me ask you this question, GMT. So, what happened for with the phrase "for better or for worse"? Because a lot of times, especially in our community, our women are married at a 1 in 4 rate, 27% rate. So, older times we would be in relationships, and you would get the dude that maybe he struggled here and there, but you're there for better or for worse, and you stuck it out, and you saw him through, maybe you didn't. But if we're waiting for men to be the best of themselves or to have everything fixed, then where's that for better or for worse?
Well, you see, and that's the point, right?
But they ain't made it that far yet.
Yeah, they ain't get that far yet.
Well, I know that we're not making it that far because we're not getting married.
This is where the proposal stops. So it's almost like, I'm seeing that for the worst. You're not that person. So guess what? I'm cutting it off right here, which is essentially what LP said she did. But like I said, I don't feel as if a woman should accept a man's ring until she knows that through the worst, I'm going to say yes. Let me read this $1.99 super chat from Queen La La. Queen La La with the $1.99 super chat. She says, "Why women always pander to each other? Speak truth. Speak
Anyways.
truth." So, you ask a question, then I want Ashley to answer.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I asked you done.
No. Go ahead. No, you go, and then I want, because Ashley looked like she's pondering that. Like,
Oh, well, let her go ahead then. I ain't want her glasses to steam up.
Don't do that.
Oh wow.
What's up, Ashley? What's on your mind?
Not like Sonic.
I think women, first of all, always speaking truth. Just because I agree with someone, like, that don't mean, like, because everything can always go both ways. Like, I don't think LP made a lot of great points, and the commenter beforehand, he was stating some stuff, but it all comes down to individual situations, right? So based on my experiences, I can agree with LP 110%. If I'm placed in a different situation, my thought process may be different, but I'm not pandering her. I'm supporting her because the things that I've been through, I can relate. I've dated people who I'm like, no, I can't be with you forever. And essentially that's what marriage is. Can I deal with this fault of yours for forever? Because no one's flawless, right? So if I'm with someone, I'm like, everything's great. We have great chemistry, but there's like 3 flaws that I know for sure. I can't do life with this. I'm gonna get gone before we say I do. Because if I don't, eventually it's gonna lead to the divorce. You know what I mean? So it's not pandering. She said some real facts, right? And I agree.
You can say shit. You can say shit.
You can curse because I'm about to.
She's like,
He said, because I'm about to.
Real shit. So I'm like, I agree with that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with dating someone, right? Because you're getting to know that person, and you got to go through different seasons. So once I see you in a different line, I'm like, okay, that's one thing that I'm iffy about. Let's see if it continues to happen. Once I see 3 things that I'm for sure I can't get down with for life, I gotta get out of there.
Yeah.
And if he proposed before I walk away, that's on him. But I'm doing my due diligence by saying no to that proposal. Because when I get married, it's gonna be for life, not for.
And that's why I say say no to the proposal from the jump, because it's almost like, taking that time to kind of really vet that person out. And if the man, we decide to ask, right? We have to ask, and it's really up to you to say yes or no. So that's where you choose. So it was like, not to get too deep into my business, but when I went to my wife and I asked her to marry me, it was very deep. Like, I knew she looked at me like, this is the man that is going to protect me. He's going to provide. We had those conversations. She also saw the type of man where I was going in life. So the mindset was, should this man be my husband? Plus, I knew, how she looked at me, I should say. So, with that being said, it was just kind of like the vetting was on both parts. And I think that's what needs to happen more of. And I'm only saying this to say it for people that's coming up that's thinking about getting married or want to get married, to do it that way. So that way it's not a bunch of like breakups and heartaches and somebody's, because eventually it leaves a stain on everybody. Quinn, what were you about to curse about?
Now I'm not gonna pander for women as people say, but women do catch a bad rap if they accept a proposal. If they accept the proposal and this dude start kicking off in their ass, then it's oh, well, she should have chose better. She should have known that before she chose him.
Mm-hmm.
But if they wait and choose something better or what have you, it's like, why you waiting so long? Why you single?
Right.
But I want to ask this to both men and women. Do you think a lot of times it's a situation where we think we're gonna get something better? Like the saying that they have, if you walk on the first floor and you got a good man, but he's short, walk on the second floor, he's tall and got money. On the third floor, he got more money and so on and so forth. Men and women, do you all think it's a situation where we think we're going to get someone better on numerous occasions, opposed to not wanting to settle or not wanting to, get with something that we know is not good for us?
I think that's a normal feeling that a lot of people feel. Like, they wouldn't have that saying like, greener grass, or
the grass is greener.
Yeah, right. So when we think about,
you said greener grass.
I remember it, but you know what it is. But what I'm trying to say though is that sometimes people always think that there's sometimes some people may not be satisfied with what they are seeing, and sometimes they might even have a grasp on reality, and they might think that this person may have a great amount of qualities that will be conducive to them, but they're not really looking at it, right now. They're thinking, okay, there's always something better. There's always something better. And they're always searching for that something better. Some of those people who are never satisfied, they will never be satisfied, even when they get someone. So it kind of goes different ways. That's why life is multifaceted. So you're not always going down one path, because it shouldn't be that if someone does not find someone, then they're sitting back having to reflect. That's a typical thing of life. There are people who get to a certain point of life and they have to reflect on the decisions that they've made. That's a part of life. Sometimes you may make the decisions. Life is not guaranteed for anyone. Yeah. You may have made the right decision. You may not have made the right decision. What I don't agree with is when men take it upon themselves to ridicule women and shame women just because they did not find that partner in life if they're in an older place in life. If they don't have it, let them deal with their reflections on their own. I'm sure if it's an introspective person, they're gonna sit with themselves already. It don't have to be like, oh, she's not married, she's not, whatever. Now, if she did not go and pursue what she wanted and in life in proper ways, then she's going to have to deal with that reflection. She's going to have to sit and be like, look, I had this guy in my 30s was such a great catch, and I let him go because I thought I wanted something better. She's going to deal with that on her own already.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I mean, that was deep. I'm over here like like
it's so funny when people say bring shame back, and it's like, I mean, yes, we do need shame in this time and day with the way things are going, but y'all are putting shame in the wrong areas.
And what I wanted to add to that is that this goes back to what I was saying, that it just kind of reminds me of a power move. You want to exalt yourself over somebody so bad to where you can look at somebody and say, this is why you failed. And I to me, that's disgusting. And honestly, this right now, what we're seeing in the comments and just the conversation overall, you can kind of see the overall mindset of like what we living in today.
Help me understand that. Help me understand that, MRT.
As which part?
Like
Can't sit
break
there,
down
brother.
that part of what you're seeing is an example of what we see in the world today.
Because Miss LP got on here and she made some statements about her life. She definitely said some facts, and we have people in the comments that's coming for her on this is why you collecting rings and just making it out to be a negative connotation, putting a negative connotation behind her decisions of wanting to make the best decision for her that's going to change her life. And we're always, to kind of break this down even further, Quint made a good point when he said, I'm not going to pander to the women, as they say. If you guys look at anything that has a positive connotation behind it, we're always putting some type of labels. Miss Ashley agrees with LP. Oh, you're pandering. You have a man that treats his woman good. Oh, you a simp. You have a woman that sits here and she wants to make the right choice about her life. Somebody proposed to her 3 times. Oh, you're the problem. Okay. Let's say she jump into it and now she's getting abused and getting her ass whooped. Oh, you should have chose better. Why are we?
The one thing.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, MLT. Sorry. Go ahead. Finish saying what you were saying.
No,
I
just did I answer your question in a way, or did I skate around too much?
Are you good?
It was a little. I'm with you. And I agree, because just like when Professor asked LP that question, he was right. He said, "Do not give me details." So we do not know the details of anything, right?
Yeah.
This is why I didn't. Me personally, I didn't speak on her situation. I said more along the lines of, okay, in general, don't accept the ring until you know you're going to say yes.
Right.
Yeah. So now, because you know me, I like solution based. Let's talk to the younger women, right? Let's talk to the women that's coming up, or even the older women that do want to get married, and they're thinking, okay, is this the right one? So
the men too.
Right.
But listen, we ask, right? So I mean, we know if we want to marry a person. The men, we know what we want to do.
Yeah.
Is the man making the right decision? Maybe not. Maybe he didn't vet the woman out right. But the fact that he's even asking says that he thinks he's ready. Now, it's up to the woman, as women in the past has always known, to say, nah, you ain't the one, kid. I'm not even going to waste my time with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I know personally that I don't, put it like this, when you know you're at a point of you want to be a wife, time should not be wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Any man that you are talking to, he needs to be courting you, not dating you. He needs to be the one that's saying like, yo, listen, I see this in you, and my end goal with you is marriage. That's it.
Hey, some women put that press on the dude. Some women put that press on the dude and put their hand in the chest and like, hey, if you don't marry me, I'm gone. And he'll do it.
But you know what? I agree with that though. I agree with that because, like Jess was saying, the grass. People think the grass is green on the other side. But if you filter, if you water and take care and fertilize your own grass, maybe yours would be just as green. Yeah. But at the end of the day, a woman should put pressure on a man. I tell men, I tell women, after 24, you shouldn't be dating for more than 2 years. Just cut that out. Also, as a man and a woman, you should be bringing that opposite sex or that same sex, I don't know your situation, to whomever you trust to vet your people out. So because they see things that sometimes we don't see, and if they tell you, if they give you the thumbs down and you keep going with it, that's on you. That's your situation, that you sat there and wasted your time with that person, whether man, woman, whatever. So I have an issue with that as well. In addition to that, women have to, especially our black women, have to agree that there's 2 million more of you guys than us. All you guys will not be married. It's just not enough numbers out there. So all of our women will not be.
The ones that don't.
Right. So all of our women won't be married. So when you get that opportunity to be married, you may need to look at that a little bit longer. And I'm not talking to any women on the panel. I'm just saying if men and women vet better, if we don't date more than 2 years, and then when we're proposed to or we're ready to get married, we take that step, then we need to go down that path. Because at the end of the day, 1 in 4 women are going to be married, and black men are married at a higher rate than black women. So we need to figure things out so that we can get back to being together.
A lot of that, though, is because black women historically are also more loyal to dating and marrying within their race than black men. So these days, yes, they are. Black women generally
sister.
sit more so with black men. It hasn't been till recently
You
that black
sitting next to
more
Uncle
black
Tom
women
right
been
now.
married out of their race. And I think this is exactly why.
You sitting next to Uncle Tom right now.
I mean, we do know that black men marry white women more than black women marry white men.
Yo, wait.
Something we know.
Quit.
Yo, why you call Quit name for?
Don't do that to my brother. I wasn't going there, big brother Quint. I wasn't specified.
That's why like you don't want to go there.
Hey, look.
So,
hey.
Hold on. Before you go there, let me read this super chat. We got a $4.99 super chat from Truth Reality Undefeated. He says every wife was a pick-me for her husband. That's why she got picked. Women that don't want to adjust to be what the man wants will never get picked. Go ahead, Quint.
I was about to come out with a nice question.
It's okay.
Hold on, for those of y'all that don't know, my man Quint likes ice cream, vanilla ice cream.
Oh, cut that bullshit out.
She's got that vibe.
Hey, I like it all. I like it all. I like it all, but I married what was better for me at that point in time.
Right.
Listen, brother Quint, if you getting that hawk too, you don't have to explain that to nobody, brother. You don't have to explain that to nobody.
No, I just want to address where she said black women are more loyal to black men. You see, the media has done a job on all foundational black America, all blacks in the world in all actuality. The difference is that whenever a woman is with a man, she feel like that man is going to be the provider and the protector and what have you. So if she have to be disowned by her family or whatever the case, she'll take that chance because she feel like she's covered by that man. I feel like if black women were highly pursued by other nationalities, we black men wouldn't have a chance with you all.
Right. Right.
Well,
and my question is, where was that loyalty in 1964 and 65? Oh, my bad.
The reason there is loyalty, I'm sorry, Professor, the reason there is this quote unquote loyalty is because the media have described you and put you in such a bad light that no other nationality pursue you all like that. Now you can say a person that, one or two people got approached by different nationalities, but as a whole, other nationalities don't check for black women. I mean, you can look at dating sites and all of that stuff, and that's what's, that's what it is. They'll sleep with you, but I mean, as far as marrying you.
All right.
Hold on. Let me read this super chat. Let me read this super chat. We got another super chat from Blockchain, my guy. Give you that applause again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He says, black women don't have a choice but to stick to their race. No one but black men are lining up to marry them, generally speaking. And hold on, we have another super chat from Truth and Reality Undefeated. Truth and Reality says, black women aren't more race loyal by choice. It's because they are the least desirable women by other races. They can't marry me that they can't marry me that only prefer men that only prefer to smash them. All right.
So I can't turn this into a crash out party on my sister. So I do want to rebuke. Shout out to the super chat, but I do want to rebuke those comments in the name of Jesus, right?
Hey, amen to that.
So to go back to what Quint was saying, who typically is looking for more, right? I do think there's a difference in between men and women there, specifically in the black space, where men more often than not will let a good woman go because he's looking for the next best thing. a lot of times from my sisters, I've seen them waste a lot of time holding on to a guy that they should have been holding on to. So there is a certain loyalty in that. And I believe that's by choice because that's what they want. So just wanted to throw that out there.
All right, let me get this $10 super chat from my man Media Man is in the building.
They're Media Man.
Media Man
Welcome
is
to
in
the
the
big welcome to the
building.
party.
He says that's not a black woman's choice. Loyalty is determined by the options you have. For example, if other races of men wanted to marry black women as much as black men do, would black women still be faithful? No. So,
Yeah.
I want to warn the ladies. Media Man will bring out the stats
and make it quiet.
He'll bring out. Anytime he come on here and get quiet as a church mouse, boy. Listen, I am going to drop the link so those that are in the chat, feel free to come up. If I know you, you do not have to put your camera on. But if I do know you, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm off. If I do not know you, put your camera on in the back and then I'll bring you up. If I know you, you do not have to bring your camera on if you do not choose to. But I would like those that aren't saying much. Kit is enjoying her edibles with her glasses on today. She is with the long hair. What up, Kit?
You know what? Kit on purpose didn't eat an edible today. I really wanted to, when I saw the topic, I was like, you know what? I want to make sure before I partake, I might, cut my camera off for something else. But before I decide to do that, I want to make sure I was able to pay attention to this atrocity of comments in the comment section and with some of the things that are being said. It's just
I don't see anything crazy, but look, Mods. Sorry,
oh no,
Mods,
I'm not.
crazy.
It's not crazy in the sense of how one thing is being said. It's just the commentary itself. You just have to kind of.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
I just wonder why everybody has this thing around, oh, if you're gonna get a man, and if you don't have a man, and if you haven't had a man, and if you, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't even feel like going there with y'all today. I am over here literally sitting here like it's just everything is man, and then when people make it seem like, oh, you're too old to get a man, you can't speak and get a man, you can't breathe and get a man. Oh, girl, if your booty ain't big enough, but if it's too big, you still can't get a man. And if you chose the wrong man, you should have chose the right man. And if the right man said that he was the right man, but he was lying all this time, you should have vetted him out, even though you did your job. It's just everything is centered around a man, and it's just boo.
Yeah, I think it's kind of giving off the vibe of like you're trying to like make a point of who's more inadequate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pointing out your inadequacies, and it's like, oh well, it's facts. You ain't shit.
Oh, you this and I'm like, yeah, and the crazy thing is that I see what some of y'all look like, and it's like y'all really got a lot to say, and y'all should be good. You should just be eating air and just like eat air, and. Like,
but
leave the comment section alone.
Yeah, focus on the camera.
Let's have the conversation.
Like, I mean,
let's have
because I see, and it's like it's so much. And when I talk about the energy that is pick me-ish in there, but I'm like, I'm even leaving that alone. It's just kind of like every week, same thing. Oh yes, I'm just over it. Like I want to make. I believe. Shut up, Willie. I want to come out of retirement and do and say stuff, but I'm really trying to just be like, whatever. Like.
But Kit, I would point out,
we just have to breathe your air and shit,
I would point out though that when that term "pick me" is thrown around, it's usually from women who won't admit it but wish they were picked. And when a certain commentary comes from the men's side, it's usually guys that feel they were passed over. I would have been willing to make you my queen, and you wanted Pookie Johnson, the Dusties, right?
Yo, don't
And
tell me that shit right now.
and so they want to throw that in your face, right? That's
Yeah.
kind of what it becomes at that point.
Yeah.
You know? So
And I think I wanted to make a comment too, because Quint made a valid point about how Black women are represented in our time today as well. Like you don't see too many people, you don't see too many other races doing what we're doing in, you know, the limelight. So I don't know. I think Black women just are portrayed negatively across the board. And when it comes to other cultures, I think they see that and they don't want anything to do with it. So I wouldn't say like.
So MRT, I just want to respond to that part real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Who is portraying Black women really bad in the media? Black women or?
But it comes from up top though, because the people yo, chill out.
Body.
Professor, please don't put
Stay focused.
This comes from up top of an agenda that's been in play. And the people that we see in the forefront are just the puppets. We only see the main faces.
Who's supporting them? Who's supporting them though, MRT?
But this is what I'm saying though. It's a part of an agenda to push a narrative. One thing about television is that it actually programs you. When you watch anything entertaining, you are being programmed. So you're naturally gonna like it because you're being programmed to like it and push the narrative. And I always go back to this. We can look at the younger generation of who's gonna really carry this out. This is just the beginning. But the people that we see that's portraying themselves as not wife material and this hot girl summer and shake that whatever what Sexy Red be saying, we're being portrayed across the board that this is what Black women are like.
So
they don't.
So let me.
You don't see anyone.
Oh man.
Okay.
Relax.
The reason why I want to address it. I'm going to read this super chat just now, but the reason why I do think it's important that you did bring this up, because I do want to address it. Do you know in order for a Sexy Red to get a record deal, it's not like how it was before, where a record label had to sort her out and say, oh my God, there's something about you that's talented. Here goes $1 million record deal. The masses, meaning that the women have to, the women or the men in this community and society have to be the one to say, I like what you are about. They're the ones bigging her up before a record label could even sign her. They want you to have over 300,000
million views.
Something.
Yeah.
Before you could even get a record deal now. So the media is not what's pushing these people to the forefront.
50 million views. 50 million women watching those videos saying, oh.
Yeah, but in addition to that, I know we talked about this before. Black men also had a negative stereotype in the media. We were drug dealers, we were thugs, right? But yet we're still second when it comes to most desirable. So what is that? So what is that saying? I feel like I'm watching Undercover Brother because it's always the man. Did the man make sure that Meg Thee Stallion came out in a vice presidential rally? No. So it shows that a woman, in order to become the president of the United States, not only do you have to sleep around, you also have to objectify yourself sexually to get a vote. That's a negative. That's a negative.
We're not going super political here, not super political.
So y'all,
we talk about the female image.
So hold on. So this hold on, Rook, my bad, Quint. So y'all think that this national movement of Black women portraying themselves, you think that this is from the bottom up? Y'all really think
now it is.
If women's
the system is so efficient now. What's that red girl to be out here? That Ice Spice. The system is so official. Forget all of that likes and stuff. As long as you're already somebody that's more than likely just not that intelligent about what you're actually doing, they're gonna pick those people to purposely put them in the limelight. It's all planned.
Stop doing it.
They purposely go and get them. The less the Dusties, they put them in the limelight, and there's not one person on this panel or in the comments that hasn't listened to it somewhere being out or you're bobbing your head or singing along to the music.
Hey,
You're
like
it,
Robert
it's
Townsend.
it's not done from the bottom up. That is a
What,
lie.
what you all?
One minute, everybody. 1 minute, everybody. Let me get this. Let me get these super chats, because y'all, we going somewhere else with this. It's fine because it's an open conversation. But let me just get these super chats out real quick. Truth and Reality undefeated. Hold on, Wall Street's Wi-Fi keeps dropping. Truth and Reality undefeated with the $4.99 super chat, and he has two, so I'm gonna give him the claps right after both. He says, "Women prefer to date up, so to do that, they have to be beneath a man. Women want a superior, but too proud to admit it. I'm sorry, I have a really bad headache right now, almost a migraine. So if I'm reading a little off, pardon me. All right, this one here says, by Truth and Reality undefeated, $4.99. Are Black women being portrayed negatively, or are they doing that ish? He says, is it lie or observable reality? Tell me one portrayal that isn't true."
I would like to respond. Sorry, I had to put it down real quick. Are Black women being portrayed negatively, or are they doing that shit? They were being, so it goes back to what I said. They're being portrayed negatively, but the system is already in rotation and it's already smoothly running. It's already been effective. It's happening. How do you think somebody like Sexy Red is even a star? You got that ice. You got that ice.
That's support from women.
Grammys.
I just told you how they became a star, though.
They don't even
No,
have.
if you look at it though, it goes as far as we let it go. To be honest,
Correct.
it goes as far as we let it go. So there are too many people having their little.
Hold on. Let Jess go and then Ash. You got it. No, Jess, you go and then Ash.
They have like a whole lot of 4-year-olds that you could see plastered across the media, shaking their behinds to music that they shouldn't be shaking their behinds to, and we're just like complacent with it. They're laughing at it. They're sharing it, and it's like nothing. And that's how it's promoted, and that's why it stays alive. If you don't feed something, it's gonna die unalive of hunger.
Right. Yep.
Oh, my bad.
No, let Ash go, and before you quit, Willie Beeman, because my guy, which Willie Beeman, you are not a guest of the show. You are part of the GMT family. So
yeah, blockchain family.
What it do, blockchain?
So go ahead, Ash, and then
Willie.
Beeman, and then Quint, you got it.
All right, so like we have so many great Black representation out there, but it's not being pushed like the Sexy Reds and the Ice Spices.
Yes, ma'am.
We got Marseille Martin. We got people that are really holding themselves out here classy, like really representing the mass of actual Black people. It's not on mainstream. I'm not going to see them scrolling through Instagram or whatever social media site. It's not being pushed here. Why? I don't know. But they got the followers.
I know. I can tell you why they're not being pushed.
Wait,
get them blockchain. Get them.
Are they portraying or are they doing it? A few people don't represent the masses, right? I know people that will sing Sexy Red, but will never be outside on top of the hood of the car, naked, doing any of the stuff that they rapping about. So no. We're not actually doing the things that's portrayed. It's the few select people that are in the spotlight conducting themselves like that.
What?
Yeah. No, it don't represent the masses at all.
But they do. Go ahead, Stephen Willie.
The people you know don't represent the masses either. They just represent the people you know. If the masses weren't supporting Sexy Red, she wouldn't have 3 billion streams on YouTube. I guarantee you, we aren't watching that.
There's actually a lot of dudes that be turning up.
I do watch.
Any anecdotal evidence or comments you want to make. However, the people that Ashley mentioned, a lot of those people are dope. I support them personally, so I understand where you're coming from. The thing is, the majority of people don't support them. You put Sexy Red up, and she is going to get more attention than a non-Sexy Red conscious female rapper is going to get. That's a business. So the people aren't going to put on a mainstream, or they're not going to promote things that don't make them money. That system that MRT keeps talking about, but just speaking loosely to, here's some context for it. It's a bunch of Jewish men who own all these music companies. And no, don't agree with this because you're not gonna like the next part.
We love the Jewish people. We love the Jewish people.
I do know about that though. I do know about that.
They're a great culture. However, these businesses, these Jewish people run businesses very well. They're going to put out a product that makes them money. Sexy Red makes them money because she can get 3 billion views on YouTube. You pick your favorite conscious female rapper, put her out there. She's going to get 500,000 maybe because people aren't trying to hear what she's talking about. She's talking about holding women accountable. She's going to be talking about doing for self. She's going to be talking about loving black men and treating them correctly. Sexy Red is talking about being outside with the booty meat hanging out. Or I'm saying it's singing off kids if that's supposed to be a thing. So that's why it's not put out there. And again, the masses are supporting these women. The dollars, like black women have the most buying power in a lot of these, I'm saying, consumer markets, and they use it to support high-end designers or people like Sexy Red, and then get mad and say, well, the system is only promoting us and making us look bad when it's like they're not doing it. Like you people are a part of it. I'm not saying you people as in you specifically, but the people who support them are the reason why they're being supported. So just because your 4, 15, 20 friends, your circle, like your girl circle don't support them, y'all are a very small percentage and almost don't even matter compared to the other people who do.
Yeah, I
would want to piggyback on that though. Because
hold on, Wall Street. 1 second. I told Quinn he had the mic next. Go ahead.
My bad.
In this situation, both sides are true. Both sides are true. If we stop acting the part, it would go away. It would cease to exist. But MRT is correct as well. This system has been in place long before this present thing has been going on. If you look at it, whenever we do something, we are representing everyone in our group. If someone black does something bad, it's a them. They are like this. They are like that. Here too, in other nationalities, you saw Miley Cyrus swinging on a wrecking ball. No one said anything bad about her in a pair of drawers.
That video.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest I can say whores, can I?
Yeah, man.
304s.
304s.
Some of the biggest 304s, I guess, that's ever lived. Liz Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and Anna Nicole Smith. And they made them icons. You don't hear anything negative about them.
Right.
But you let a black woman sleep with a couple of different men. They trying to say about Gabrielle Union, trying to say, oh, she was this and she was that.
Bro,
there's no way possible she can compete with what Marilyn Monroe, Liz Taylor, and Anna Nicole Smith did.
Yeah. Wait, they got a whole show about it that black women support called Scandal. And the whole premise of that show is a woman being powerful, but still being a side chick to a black woman being powerful, and then still being a side chick to a black president that black women supported.
But Willie, we're not rejecting. My bad.
The reality is that they are going to come down harder on us. So are we going to be like, okay, they're going to call me a thief. Let me go out and steal some more then. Or are we going to be like, nah, let me not give them the content. Let me not steal so I don't get that. There's a little analogy for you.
Well, and I always tell people, like, if you ever watch the movie Hollywood Shuffle, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Robert Townsend did a great job on it. If you've never seen it, he said, this how black people are being portrayed, and I refuse to be portrayed this way. So there's always work at the post office. So like Jess was saying, if you stop that portrayal, then it stops to happen. But unfortunately, men and women of all races are gonna go get that bag. So they're gonna do whatever they need to do to get that bag. So unfortunately, you're gonna keep seeing the Sexy Reds, you're gonna keep seeing the Lottos, you're gonna keep seeing the Cardi B's. That's the unfortunate part. But you have like, and yes, the little bit does affect the masses, because I remember talking to either GMT or MRT about it. If you look back in 2001, 2002, any man that walked around with a turban on his head, you automatically thought was a terrorist, but he was not. You didn't know who that person was. But so because of the acts of few affected a lot of people. So the acts of few can affect a lot of people, no matter in this country or if you're traveling abroad. If you look at what happens to women when they travel abroad, they get treated a little bit differently as well, and it's not in a good light.
I hope they're not in Jamaica, because they get treated different. But what I would say is this, right? So when it comes to this conversation about the images that we participate in putting out there, I'm on record saying literally all mainstream hip hop right now is what I call prostitution rap. So the normal answer or response I'll get back is, but there's Rhapsody, right? But the reality is, when political systems that capitalize on just getting the best bang for their buck and making a connection, when they're looking to connect with Black women and Black voters, it says a lot when they choose Meg Thee Stallion. And I don't want to get too political with the conversation, but they're not choosing the Rhapsodies. They're not choosing the Angela Rise. They're not choosing the Amber Ruffin. When they want to connect, this is what they're choosing. And it's going to take for women to say, this is an embarrassment. We don't accept this. I land the plane.
Right. So let me get this. Let me get this super chat. We got a $5 super chat from my man Hank, the basement. What up, my brother? My man Hanks, the basement, with the $5 super chat. He says, "What's good, GMT and panel?" He says, "Quint, you know you love seeing that snow bunny on that pole."
Only Hank can make that joke because he's family. Only Hank can make that
I wanted
joke.
to comment back. So I agree with Jess, Quint, and then I kind of wanted to go back to blockchain. I'm glad you're on here because, like, for the longest, I was like, "What does he look like?" Remember, I was asking y'all that a couple weeks ago. I was like, "Who is that?" But now I remember. Okay.
You had the hat on before, yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm my bad. I have a full head of hair and I'm not ugly, so.
But yeah, yes, thank you for giving the system I was referring to context, because I don't know the exact facts, but just from the way I've observed music and how it's evolved today and other things that I know, yeah, I don't think anyone is denying that we're upholding this now, because we definitely are holding, as Black people, many tropes as a banner for something that we should demolish. So we're in the forefronts of carrying on this stuff. But I think what some of us, or at least what I was trying to get in there, is that this was intentionally done, and it's 100% success. 100%. Like, it's not about talent at all. Sometimes I'll be thinking, like, maybe I should just come up with a bunch of nothing and get a hit, boom, boom, get a milli or something and get out of there. But this was
I gotta kind of disagree in the moment where They Not Like Us is one of the biggest singles out there. That's talent.
What is,
and it's,
we're not talking about nothing like They Not Like Us, bro. What are you
listen to what I'm saying. Let me make my point, right? What I'm saying is men have gravitated towards something that's making a statement, right? Once upon a time, we were in chains, and everyone thinks of Kendrick as a certain type of rapper that's not just putting out garbage.
Yeah.
And men in mass supported it. And that's why it was successful. So I'm saying we all vote with our dollars. We all vote with our streams. Like it is the responsibility of the women to promote the image they want to be seen as.
Hey, and Walter, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know like Slim Thick, Caramel Skin, 5-5. That I mean, I listen to. I listen to it. So I listen to it because it's catchy.
Oh, so you part of the problem.
I'm part of the
Nah,
problem.
Professor, I saw him in the club. Yeah, I love
hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second, 1
everything.
Right, and that came from Jamie
right
Foxx.
now. I see Quint over there. I see Quint over there gyrating. Hold on 1 second.
How you dance to it, Professor?
You my everything. Do it, Professor. Do it.
LP, what's your thoughts on all of this on the topic that it happened to make a left turn into?
Yeah.
Look, I feel like society as a whole affects the decisions we make as far as dating and our family lives in general. Like, I was blessed enough that I was raised around my grandparents and even my great grandparents. So I'm going to carry myself a certain way because, there's something that was instilled in me by a woman that was born in 1912, right? Whereas if you look at a lot of the younger generation, they don't have that, right? The grandmother was 35 and still in the club. So it's not the same, right? So I think that we are now we're reaping what has been sown, right? Everything that we're complaining about is a product of what we continue to allow to happen. So in general, when I hear these relationship conversations. And like I started off with, I think my first statement was, it always seems to be men against women, especially when it's Black people having the conversation. But then what are you doing to change it? Not for the world. What are you doing to change it as far as your family, your dating? What are you doing? I know I make a conscious effort to change things with my daughter, right? Because of the influence that I had. So like when I was being raised, you weren't allowed to date or wear makeup until you was at least 16. So guess what? It might be old school, but my daughter is not wearing makeup or dating until she's 16. So that's something minute, but it's something that I'm doing to carry on values that I was taught that I don't see everybody else doing. So that's kind of my thought that I had for the past 5 minutes.
Salute.
So by the way, this comment right here, Matt tries to get everyone married on the panel that is not married. He especially tries to get the women on the panel married. So, come in, Matt. $2 Matt says, LP, is she married? I got an old ninja for her. He 47. Hold on, 47 is old. 47 old, man. 47 is young, man. Big shout outs to the under 50s. What up?
Marty still looking for her dude.
And you got to make Matt the executive producer of Meet to Marry.
Right, for real though.
He'll hook him up, boy.
Yo, Matt, I'm gonna give you a contract, Matt. You're gonna be on my new dating show, and you're gonna be the.
Well, he hooked him up.
I was just about to say you should hire him. Like,
yeah, I am.
Matchmaker.
You know, stay tuned. As a matter of fact, that causes for a good break before we continue, because I do have to end the show, and I would like to end it with closing thoughts. But I am going to promote my Meet to Marry show, which I am in the works of. I didn't forget about it. So let's play that promotion for y'all. All right. And also, we got another $20 super chat from my guy Leon B1, who is in the building and always supporting the show. Leon B1 with the $20 super chat. He says, see, I told you, Scorpio has something special with her. And regardless of her ideologies or whatever, she just has to be has that Southern Belle swag. I agree. You do sound like a nice Southern Belle. Love that tone. You know what I'm saying? Southern Belle swag. That's definitely going to bring positive element to the show. Thank you so much. And LP, thank you so much for joining the show. You are a great addition. I would like now to go into final thoughts. So I'm going to go around the panel. I love to come up with conclusions, not as we said, men against women. Let's try to make this to where what kind of resolve can we have for the pick-me's versus the pass-me's? What kind of resolve can we have to allow everyone to see eye to eye and we could all meet our destination? Starting with you and Marty.
Yay. I think the first thing that we should do is to do away with these labels. I think we need to pay more attention to our own lives and decisions that we make behind closed doors. Because I think the people that scream the loudest with these labels are usually the ones that are guilty of something in the closet. So yeah, I think people need to mind more of their business and let people live their lives how they want to. It's different if someone's seeking advice, but I think the best thing we could do is to demolish these labels. It was great having Miss LP on the panel. Definitely looking to have you again. It's good to see Blockchain. Ashley, you were a delight. And yeah.
All right, all right. Quick, you there or you working?
But he's been having these
Working. Come back to me, please.
He's working. LP, talk to us. What is your final thoughts on the discussion?
I would just say be more introspective. Look at what is going on with you that's causing you to not receive the results that you want. And if you are receiving the results that you want, then just be happy about that and be less judgmental about someone else who may not be in the same space in life as you. That's it.
Good, great perspective. Great perspective. Just justified. What up? What up? What up?
Well, I already say I'm not really pro labels like that, but what I can say is that definitely continue working on yourself, be the best person you can be from the inside out, and then also if you desire marriage, be honest with that and know that that comes with certain movements, certain requirements, and certain mindsets. So if that's not what you're for, then of course expect to be passed. But if not,
right.
then so be it.
All right. Before we move on with Wall Street and your perspective, we got a $5 super chat from my guy, Matt. Matt says, who was that big ninja in the commercial, Professor? He says, you pump faking single. All right, yo, Matt, you a fool, man.
It's the same. It's the same big nigga at your lady house. I mess with you, man. I love you, man. I love you.
I did want to say to Tia Mowry, he was just acting. All right,
just acting.
That's all.
See, I'm coming to get you, baby.
So to the topic, yeah, I think the ladies kind of hit it on the head. Don't get caught up in these labels. But I do think if you want, especially in today's age of the sexy reds and everything else, if you are serious about wanting family, wanting marriage, you should date deliberately. Dating can work against you because none of us have much time to waste. So I would say date deliberately. And yeah, I'd land my plane there.
The plane in. Willie Beeman. What up? What up? What up, my guy?
I'm easy. I think we should bring back shaming people and it being okay to make fun of people, because now I see that everybody gets these participation trophies for living life, and even in schools you got all the special ed kids with the regular kids because you're scared to hurt the special ed kids' feelings, and I just don't think I think that's why things have been on the decline. Men, we roast each other constantly for doing dumb stuff, but what I do notice on a lot of these panels, not specifically this one, is that a lot of women who have, they will support other women when they say obviously nonsensical things, because they've also made those same decisions and choices or on those same paths. So I think that if we just as a whole got a little thicker skin and got back to the point where shame people and make fun of them for doing stuff that they know we could show is wrong, I think the world would be a better place.
It's like Game of Thrones. Shame. Throw some right ass. So, Ashley, what up? What's your thoughts on the matter?
My thoughts. First and foremost, love is light. At the end of the day, I think everything you should do with love. So, like, if something comes up and you have like a negative, pause, realize why it's coming up for you in a negative way, and then just soul searching. I was like, healing is like the best you can do, because a lot of times, sorry, my bad. A lot of times,
there's a lot of background noise.
Okay.
Is that you, Ash? That's your background?
Yeah, that's my background. That's my
Okay. It sounds like somebody fighting back there. We listening.
Break them up with love.
All right. Kitty Kit, what's your final thoughts on the conversation?
You know, if people would do better about minding the business that is theirs and being able to live the life that works for them, it would be a smoother transition versus everyone judging what they feel like other people should be doing with their life. Whether that's marriage, whether that's dating, whether that's interacting with people on a daily. If people would be better about being who they are and then being genuine about how they interact, we wouldn't have as many of these conversations, nor the negativity just to be negative. You know, I try to tell people, you know, when you go projecting your BS on everyone else, any smart person can see it. So, you know, like LP said, introspection is key, and just make sure that you're leading in the way that you need to be led.
Okay. Okay. Kit landed her plane fast right there. It's not normal Kit. I think it's the glasses. Professor, what up, man? Talk to us, my brother.
What up, though? And I'm on the same page with Willie, man. I think we do need to bring shaming back, and one way to get away from men versus women, especially in our culture, is for our women to finally sit down and listen to what men are having to say, and actually take it into accountability. Because for a long time, men have had to listen to what women have had to say, and for the most part, we've adjusted accordingly to what the market says we need to do. If that was the case, we wouldn't have people like Soraya Brooks telling our women, not really telling our women, but telling women. I wouldn't be mad at people like her for the things that she says, because a lot of things she says is correct, and that's what a lot of men are looking for. So how do you have solutions to that? You have conversations with your friends. You have conversations with your children, your men and your women. Men how to treat women, and women how to treat men, and what men look for, and what women look for, and go back to vetting those people for your children, for your cousins, for your family members, for your friends. That's the solution to that. But first, we have to get back to actually listening. Stop taking it to heart. Listen. Do the introspection that you need to do, because an unexamined life is a life not worth living. And then make the proper adjustments, because other races of women are doing it, and that's why black men are going to other races for the most part. So that's where we need to be. At the end of the day, every woman on this panel is beautiful. All the men on the panel are handsome. I'm glad to be on a panel like this. I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And but that's why I land my plane.
They are very easy on the eyes. Salute to the women of the panel.
Oh, well, I'm not easy on the eyes. Hold on.
Hell no.
Hey, that ain't for us to say, man. That ain't for us to say.
So check it out, right? My closing thoughts on the topic. Listen, if a woman wants to be picked, that is her natural order in life, is what she chooses to do. And I think women should leave them alone and let them be the women that they want to be. And just as if you don't want to be picked, that's fine. And it's not saying that you're a past me in the way of, you don't want no one to look at you. You don't have to agree with every man that says everything. But at the same time, just know that, when you call a woman a pick me, it comes across as very spiteful. It comes across as hateful, judgmental, and you're not looking at the person in the mirror to say, what's your problem? Mm-hmm. With that being said,
my turn, Mingo.
I forgot about you. My fault. You was working,
in the closet. My brother quit in the closet.
First off, I want to say, Professor. First off, I want to give a shout out to Professor. Boy, you were smooth as hell in that damn commercial. You were close across that grass. I wish I could walk like that with these bad knees. but I think that first and foremost, we have to get out of this slave mentality. We have to stop being at one another because that's what's popular. And you're not going to be able to affect the world, but affect the people that's close to you. Like she was saying, her grandmother raised her. My grandmother, my mom did a job on me as well. My stepfather was there, my father. And, let's pass that on to the people close to us, and let's be the example that we want to see other people do. That's all we could do.
Right. That's a great ending to the show. Thank you, my brother. went in the closet. So, with that being said, thank y'all so much for joining the show. Chat, thank y'all so much for staying active. On top of that, everyone who sent the super chat, super shout out. Wow. And also, with that being said, do me a favor, everyone on the panel, please stay on the panel. I'm going to close out the show. Do me a favor and mute your mics. We are going in the back room now. Until next week, I will see y'all. Oh, yeah. Stay in tune also for, we have Grown Women Talking coming up on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. And then Grown Men Trash Talking next Friday. But this Tuesday, I am excited about the show. It is going to be a great topic. We have some new panelists on that one as well. Stay in tune. This is going to be a good one. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
If it gets too hot, roll the window down. If I fuck things up, just tell me now. I'm living in a blinded town. Am I running out of time? Feel like a drug when I'm talking to you. Slow trip, trying to play it cool. Nothing to do. Let's drive to the ocean. Get high, lay on the beach. White water running down my feet. Make love and repeat. I don't ever want to stay all night to see the sunrise. 'Cause it's way too soon to be calling me baby. But it feels so right against the moonlight. Deep sea diving at first, don't save me. Is there something I can say? Make you wanna stay with me. Is there something I can say to make you wanna stay with me? To make you wanna stay.